Happy New Year, everyone. In this installment, we're going to be going over the NBA bet slate for Thursday, January 2nd. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to bring you the winning ingredients for our Thursday, January 2nd NBA bet slate we got going on. We're right back into NBA, but before we deep dive into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetJetsD. Don't forget about that TikTok at Chef_D91, and don't forget about that Patreon. Right now, we're at the YouTube channel homepage here, currently at 8.75 thousand subscribers. This is the road to 10K, and we're well on our way because you guys are showing up each and every single day. If you're already subscribed, continue to like and comment. That helps the YouTube algorithm so we can grow to a much broader audience. All right, now, for that Patreon, if you guys want to sign up, we've been pretty hot at the beginning of the new year here. We had a phenomenal New Year's Day with Ohio State on the money line, and we had the Arizona State plus 14.5. We also have a play for today's game. If you want to sign up right now and get today's winner between Notre Dame and Georgia, you click on that link provided down below. Get connected. You're getting access to daily bets, future bets, and access to that group chat that goes off 24/7. I'm so excited to announce I have partnered with BetStamp and Sign Up Expert to provide you guys with an easier way to sign up with any sportsbook in your area. If you go to the link in the description down below, you will be directed to this page you see here. It automatically displays all available sportsbooks in your area plus their current promotions. For example, you could take the plays given in this video and apply it to any other sportsbooks you don't currently have and reap the rewards. Now let's get into the slate. First game up on the Thursday slate here, Kaseya Center in Miami. Miami Heat 17-14, going up against the Indiana Pacers 16-18 here. This is the bottom part of the Eastern Conference here with these two teams going up against it. Currently, the odds minus 115 for the Miami Heat with the comeback of the Indiana Pacers at a minus 105 on the money line. Point spread very tight here at a 1.5. And the total at 223.5. All right, full game public bet percentage here, 79% of bets, 79% of the money towards the Miami Heat at home. For the point spread, 67% of the bets, 68% of the money for Miami to cover. And for the total, we have it at 223. So it's 85% of the bets coming towards the over and 82% of the money towards the over as well. Indiana Pacers, they run a very high pace. We're going to get into that very, very soon. Looking at the current injury report here, Aaron Naismith is going to be out of this game, and Isaiah Jackson. Let's see if we can confirm that. Isaiah Naismith is definitely out. Isaiah Jackson, we're going to have to find out more news. But right now on this injury report, they do have him for 11-1 that he's out. And James Wiseman has a calf injury as well. All right. For the Miami Heat, Terry Rozier is suspended still. He's not back yet. And for the other players here, they have Jimmy Butler back in the lineup for the Miami Heat. So that's going to be a positive sign in that involvement. The other player out or game time decision is Josh Richardson coming off the bench here. Okay. So for these two teams, they've already played twice this year, one in the NBA Cup and then one in Indiana, both in Indiana, but one was the NBA Cup, one was regular. And those two games were split. Miami blew out the Indiana Pacers by 13 in that first game, and in the second game, Indiana bounced back and won by 9. The totals in those games was 235 and 229. So you're looking at the total here at 223. You're thinking you're taking advantage of it, but both of those games were in Indiana and more an environment that suits Indiana Pacers, right? Okay, because they are a very good home team. They struggle on the road. If we're looking at the Pacers at home, they are 8-6. They're over 500. If you're looking at the Pacers on the road, they're 8-12. They struggle mightily. This game here is in Miami. Change of scenery. You expect more defense here when it comes to Miami Heat basketball, right? They are very good defensively, and you're getting back your number one defender in Jimmy Butler as well. And Miami Heat are phenomenal at home, 10-5. All right, so for this game here, the way we're going to go towards it, I think it's going to be more of a defensive effort here. Indiana is a very Jekyll and Hyde team. They show up one day when you least expect it, and then most of the time they continue to not come through. Tyrese Halliburton has been very shaky this season. The only consistent player they had this year has been Pascal Siakam for right now for these Indiana Pacers. So we're going to go with the Heat on the money line. Heat to cover the 1.5. And for the total, I'm going to go with the under. We're going to fade the public here and the sharps. Give me the under on 223.5. In Target Center here, we have the Minnesota Timberwolves 17-15 going against the Boston Celtics here. Looking at the current odds, Celtics on the money line, -185. Comeback of the Timberwolves at a +150. Point spread set at 4.5. Total points set at 219. Full game public bet percentage here, 81% of the bets, 65% of the money on the side of Boston. If you're looking at that percentage of money, we have some sharps creeping in on that Minnesota money line, all right? That's why it's moved up to 35%. For the point spread, 76% of the bets, 77% of the money, all over the Boston Celtics. And for the total points, 93% of the bets, 91% of the money on the over 219 here in this one. For the injury report, Boston Celtics dealing with two guys that are on a game time decision. They could be without Jaylen Brown and Kristaps Porzingis, so those could be major losses there going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves, especially Kristaps Porzingis, despite the fact they do have veteran Al Horford to bang down there with Rudy Gobert. But that does leave an advantage there for the Timberwolves in that rebound department, because they definitely have some bigs that can bang down there and get those rebounds between him and Rudy Gobert and Naz Reid coming off the bench. Julius Randle as well can get those rebounds. So for the other side, Minnesota Timberwolves, they're dealing with two outs. Rob Dillingham, their rookie point guard, and Luka Garza, both bench players here, are going to be out of this game. Doesn't really hurt them that much in this particular spot. These two teams have already played once this year, and that was in Boston, and that was a 2-point win by the Boston Celtics, 107-105. And in this game, remember, it could be without Kristaps Porzingis and without Jaylen Brown, so that could be a positive spot there for Minnesota. Minnesota earlier this season has been struggling, but they're trying to turn things around. In the last 5 games, they are 3-2. Those big wins against Dallas, Houston, and San Antonio, close victories. And for the majority of that OKC game here against the Thunder, they were winning for the first 3 quarters, gave it away in that second half. And Oklahoma City got that win there. So I'm seeing better basketball here from the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's the complete opposite with the Boston Celtics. Very shockingly enough, this team has struggled this year. They don't look their dominant selves like they did last year. Right now, the Cleveland Cavaliers are looking like the dominant team in Eastern Conference play right now. And this Celtics team has been very up and down, losing to Orlando on the road, losing to Philadelphia, and then losing to a very inconsistent team here in the Indiana Pacers. So big question marks coming from the Boston Celtics side. They could be without 2 of their starters as well. And this is the second matchup between these two teams. So the value for me is in the point spread. Give me the +4.5 for the home team in the Timberwolves. Highly motivated Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle coming in this spot here against a foe that they already have lost to, but they are home in Minnesota for this game. So give me the +4.5 on this one. The type of pace and play that Minnesota plays at is very low scoring. That's why they average 109 points per game, and they're only allowing 107 points per game to their opponents, and that's top 4 in the NBA. So they're playing very good defense here, slowing down the tempo and making sure they solidify their offensive possessions. All right, so for this game here, +4.5 Timberwolves, and give me the under on the total of 219.5. I think that is going to be a tightly contested game here between both these teams here. In Paycom Center, Oklahoma City Thunder 27-5 going against the LA Clippers 19-14. Looking at the current odds for this one, Thunder At home, minus 450 on the money line with the comeback of the Clippers at a plus 340. Point spread at a 9.5, so pretty high point spread there. Total points 217.5. Full game public bet percentage here, 94% of the bets on OKC. We have 53% of the money coming in on the underdog of the Clippers. So very popular underdog pick here on the money line there between these two teams. This is going to be, I believe, the third matchup. Yes, the third matchup for these two teams here between the Clippers and the Thunder. Point spread, 77% of the bets, 70% of the money towards OKC to cover. For the total points, 90% of the bets, 91% of the money towards the over 217.5. All right. Injury report here for the Clippers. All three of these guys will be out. Kawhi Leonard, Terrence Mann, PJ Tucker, and Trenton Flowers all are going to be out of this game. For the OKC Thunder, same guys. These are all backup guys besides Alex Caruso, who's one of their better defenders. But Alex Dukas, Adam Flagler, and Alex Caruso are going to be out of this game here. So the Thunder are running with their regular starting five. Jalen Williams, Isaiah Arnstein, SGA, Dort, and Wallace. They're moving up Hassan Wallace there into the starting lineup. He is one of their better three-point shooters as well, all right? Big discrepancy between these two teams in their first two matchups here. We had the Clippers lose to the Thunder by 13 in the first game in LA, and then it came back to OKC. That was another Thunder win by 6, so it was a closer environment, but more high scoring. Very oddly enough, that game, the defense was not there for the Thunder in that one on November 11th. I think things go back to where it's supposed to be defensively, because this is one of the better defensive teams in the league here. And they can definitely stop that pick and roll that they got between James Harden and Ivica Zubac. All right, so it's going to be a very interesting matchup down low between Zubac and Hartenstein. I think that's where the key is going to be, because it's just a big discrepancy here between these two teams. We got block shots per game, Thunder 4th compared to 26. Free throw percentage, that when you're talking about totals or even covering spread here, the free throw percentage is huge. This is why this is one of the better covering teams here in the league. And the Thunder is because they're super efficient in turnovers, in assists, in free throws, and getting possessions back, in blocks and steals. All right, this is what makes it for them. All right, they're first in everything. First in free throw percentage, first in assist to turnover ratio, first in turnovers. They don't do any turnovers, but they create turnovers on the other side because they're number one in steals. All right, so I think the value here is on the side of the OKC Thunder. This is their front end of the back-to-back, all right? So they face the Clippers today. Tomorrow is going to be a very interesting game because they face the New York Knicks that can mitigate this offense and play just as good as defense as them. That's going to be the game that we can probably find value on the other side. I believe the Thunder will handle the Clippers in this one. So give me the Thunder on the money line. Thunder to cover the 9.5. And for the total, I will go under the 217.5. I think they control pace and control the Clippers in this game. In Chase Center here, we have the Golden State Warriors 16-16 going against the Philadelphia 76ers 13-18. Right now, the current odds, Warriors at home favorites minus 160 with the comeback of the 76ers at a plus 135. Point spread set at 3.5 and total points at 216.5. Full game public bet percentage here, 86% of the bets, 70% of the money all on the Warriors. For the point spread, 78% of the bets, 79% of the money for the Warriors to cover, and for the total points, 90% of the bets, 88% of the money towards the over 216.5. All right, injury report for these two teams here. Joel Embiid rested last night against the Kings. We'll talk about that embarrassing loss in a second. And then we have Kelly Oubre and KJ Martin, both of those. Well, Oubre is a game-time decision. KJ Martin is going to be out of this game. And the rookie Jared McCain is out as well. For the Warriors, we're waiting on news about Steph Curry. He's a game-time decision. Gary Payton II is out in their second-year player Podziemski is going to be out as well here. So between these two teams, they are heading in opposite directions, and this is their first time meeting this season. All right, Philadelphia was on a little bit of a roll since they got Joel Embiid back, which obviously is a big plus there. They went off to beat the Spurs, the Celtics, Utah, and Portland. They got a little bit of a hiccup there against the Sacramento Kings. They were leading the majority of that game. In the last 3 minutes, they had about a 6-point lead, wind up losing the lead and losing the game and not covering at all. They lost to the Kings in that late fourth quarter, 113-107. Warriors are absolutely struggling right now. They need to figure things out. The player, Steph Curry, needs to step up as well. And today is right now a game time decision, all right? So lost to the Pacers, lost to the Lakers, lost to the Clippers. They beat Phoenix and then lost to the Cleveland Cavaliers. The momentum is on the side of the Philadelphia 76ers. Getting Joel Embiid back fresh and healthy since they rested him last night. I believe that this is a spot that the 76ers can upset the Warriors here. So give me the 76ers on the money line. If you want to play it safe, take the 3.5. Just take the points there. I like that. The value on the 76ers on the road. And for the total here, love the over 216.5. I see this as a high scoring environment. Both these two teams can knock down threes as well. And Tyrese Maxey could get busy and have a very nice 1-2 punch between him and Joel in this one against the Warriors. Last but not least here in Crypto.com Arena, LA Lakers 18-14 going against the Portland Trailblazers 11-21. All right, looking at the current odds, Lakers -400 on the money line with the comeback of the Trailblazers at a +310, point spread at a 9.5, and total points at 223.5. Full game public bet percentage here, 98% of the bets, 61% of the money coming in on the Lakers. For the point spread, 84% of the bets, 81% of the money coming in on the Lakers to cover. And for the total points, 80% of the bets and 75% of the money towards the over 223.5. All right, injury report here for the Trailblazers. Jeremy Grant, this is a big loss. He's going to be out. He's one of their better scorers here on the team. Delano Banton is going to be a game time decision, and Matisse Thybulle is going to be out of this game with an ankle injury. LA Lakers, they're dealing with Anthony Davis. He's game time decision. He's usually game time decision. So that's going to be probably like an hour, 2 hours before tip-off. We'll get information about AD. Make sure he's in. Even if he's not in, it's still going to be leaning on the side of the Lakers in this one. Gabe Vincent as well is a game time decision, but he's pretty much a non-factor. I don't know why they even give him minutes, honestly. These two teams here have already played Portland and LA in December 8th. And that was a very comfortable win there for the Lakers by 9 points. And they got this total, the spread at 9.5. So they're right on the nose there with this one. But that was a low-scoring environment, more defensive, and Portland could not keep up pace with the Lakers in that one. And you're talking about missing Jeremy Grant in this one of their better scorers. So interesting to see where we're going to be leaning towards in that game here. Between this total here, that's going to be the real big question mark. All right, for me, the Lakers, I like them on the money line. I like them to cover the 9.5. If you can get a 9, this line open up at a 9. If you can find a 9, take the 9. Or you could take a first half Lakers. I think they come out pretty dominant in this one. First half Lakers is probably going to be around 4.5 to 5 points. I would take that as well. All right, total points at 223.5. Very high total, despite the fact that we saw they go under in the first one. I'm going to lean towards the over in this game here. I think the Lakers put it on the Trailblazers and score at a very high clip. It's going to be opposite than what we've seen in that defensive matchup earlier, a month ago between them, which was a 107-98 game. So I like the over in this one on the total. So those are our selections for Thursday, all right? Let me know in that comment section down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? We could definitely debate about that, where the value is going to lie in this NBA slate. If you want to sign up for the Patreon, if you want the college football plays and the NBA plays and props that we got going on tonight, you sign up in that description section. Click on that link. You're getting access to daily bets, future bets, and access to that group chat that goes off 24/7. This your boy Chef D. I'll be back very soon. and peace out.